Hi guys! I wanted to drop in today and make another little vlog for you guys after the very first one that I put up 2 weeks ago. I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. I wanted to go a little bit further into what you can look for and how you can move past the need for that ideal perfection, so the need for those perfect circumstances to align for you to actually action what your intuition is telling you. So briefly I talked about wanting to put vlogs up and wanting to start creating some content to put out there from teaching some of the lessons that I've learned in the hope that it will help you guys as well. So my excuses that I were coming up with were that I didn't have my office space ready to film in front of. I didn't have my website ready yet because it's currently being designed. So I was using these excuses to not start putting into action what my gut was telling me, and my gut was telling me to start putting out there some teachings and some of my lessons that I've learned to share this experience, because so many of us have so many common experiences and so many common fears that hold us back. So I feel that by sharing these with you guys, it will hopefully help you move through some of these and start to achieve some of the things that you really want to in life. So I just wanted to share a little bit of the process that I use when I come up against any fears. And it's really only been about the last handful of years that I've actually started to look at those fears and say, yeah, I'm going to move through these. For most of my life, whenever fear came up, I'd run away and hide from it because I didn't want to face it because it's scary. So for me, if I feel any fear in anything now, I just sit with it initially and sit with it. And if I do have any of those ideals of perfection that I'm looking for that are stopping me from acting on my intuition, I sit with that and try to see through that. I kind of look at it as if they're layers. So when I identify that layer of perfection, why is that there and what's sitting behind it? So for me, those layers of perfection were waiting for the website, waiting for my office to be ready. And when I sat with that, sitting behind that was actually a fear of judgment and putting these videos out there, a fear of being judged. So when I actually sat with that fear of judgment and really felt into it, there was this bright spark behind it, which was my intuition, and that was still burning pretty bright there and telling me that I needed to do this. So for me, it was realizing why I wanted to do something that felt fearful at the time. And for me, that became bigger than my fear of being judged. So I feel intuitively at the moment that I need to be putting this out there. And when I actually sat with that, I allowed that to feel bigger than the fear. Now, at the time when I put my first video up 2 weeks ago, I put it up, and then about 10 minutes later, I jumped right back into my ego again and started to judge myself and started to assume judgment from others and hopped back in that place of fear, and I tried to delete it. I think I tried to delete it about 15 times, and Facebook and wouldn't let me delete it. And then I sat back and I thought, okay, the universe is telling me that this needs to be out there and I need to deal with this fear. So then I sat with it. Again, I looked through those layers and found out that deeper purpose as to why I wanted to do it. So I'd encourage you that whenever you come up against any fear, to just sit with it and just ask yourself, is there a reason I need to face this fear? Is there a reason I need to work through it? What's on the other side of fear? So basically, for me personally, I look at fear as an opportunity for growth and expansion, because when we bust through those fears, that's what's on the other side. I have yet to conquer a fear, and on the other side of that going, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that yet. So I encourage you guys to start to look deeper into your fear and ask yourself a few more questions when fear comes up. So I'm going to leave it there. Otherwise, I'll keep talking and talking and talking for ages. So I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear what fears you're coming up against at the moment and what it is that you truly want underneath that, what's underlying that fear, as to, why you might think about busting that fear. So leave a comment below or email me. I'd love to hear from you. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.